The newest free-to-play team, the starter free-to-play team that every Dokkaner should have, is here. The Saiyan Saga Z Fighters. I remember just a couple years ago when we first got the version Z that I was thinking to myself, man, they should have given us a whole team, not just the one unit. And what, 3 years later, we finally get it. So this has been a long time coming. Let's see how good this team is. Everybody here is rainbowed and maxed out. Also, the version Z Goku does have an EZA. So we're going to go through what each unit does. So that might take a little while. And then we're going to go through some events. We're going to start with some toned down events. As you can see here, I'm going to be doing the Perfect Cell Red Zone event because I don't really know where to start with this team. But considering our leader skill is 130% and our units are all free to play, this is going to be kind of an uphill battle. So we're going to start small and then we'll work our way towards some of the more challenging fights, and we'll kind of see where we can gauge this team overall. But like I said, we're going to start with a breakdown on each unit. So if you guys want to skip ahead, use the bookmarks in the video. First of all, before I even talk about what the units do, looking at their 200% leader skills, you can quickly see what 200% options you have. And unfortunately, for all 6 of them, there's only one leader skill, and that is this guy right here. A few of them don't benefit from the full 200% of Yamcha. I was kind of hoping Yamcha would work, but yeah, it's very few options in terms of consistency. You don't have to run all these units on the same team, but we're going to do it for this video because that gives us the most cohesion, most links activated and whatnot. So we're just going to keep that in mind. But anyway, let's take a look, starting with the version Z Goku. Make sure you guys check out the mission breakdown. I kind of go through all of the missions in the previous video. I don't go into nitty-gritty detail on each one, but I do a general overview, so go check that out. I bookmarked everything in that video too. But now, once you've awakened the LR, this is what he can do. He now becomes a Saiyan Saga 130% lead. He didn't have that before. He was just an all types leader, so this is a must needed bump here. 130%, also an all-around 70% lead for all types. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal. Greatly raises defense permanently. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes mega colossal. So he's a defensive stacker. Key +2, attack and defense plus 159, plus an additional attack and defense plus 59% when performing a super attack. Guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. Reduces damage received by 30% for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. Launches an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 10% with each attack received up to 30. Chance to crit plus 15% per superclass ally on the team up to 59. All allies key +3 attack and defense plus 40%, plus an additional key +3 attack and defense plus 59% when attacking extreme class allies or as the first attacker in a turn. For the active skill, this can be done starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle once only. Raise attack temporarily and cause ultimate damage to the enemy. Now, how do you build this character's hit potential? I will show you my build right now. Actually, wait, hold on. I got to get the game to pop up here. There we go. So my build for this unit is maximum dodge, balance additional. The reason why I am focusing primarily on dodge, it's not what you think. It's not something where just like, oh, Toon loves dodge. It's more so within the context of this team, there are not too many options that you can have reliably as a slot 1 unit. Overall, I would say only the version Z Goku and maybe the Krillin for a slot 1 frame 1 type situation. Over time, some of these units do get stronger because of stacking, and they will ultimately become more reliable in the slot 1 position. But when you're starting out right out the gate, you don't have too many good slot 1 units. That's why we have to have somebody do it, and this guy would be the best option. So that's why I've given him maximum dodge and then the balance additional. Keep in mind, they do have unique equips. I do have the silver skill orb as the unique equip for everybody. I did make a few adjustments on the gold and the silver. Those unique equips can all be obtained from the starter missions. Again, check out the previous video. So I did, level 5 dodge in the silver slot. Everything else is more so for dodge with a little bit of additional in there. And I think this is going to work out. This is my first time testing out the team, so I will probably make some adjustments by the end. So while you are watching this, do check out the end of the video if I have any sort of revisions or final thoughts on these units and how I want to change them. In terms of link buddies, we don't really have to look into that too much, but you can obviously see through the Dokkan Info page, the Dokkan Wiki. You can also use the Dokkan API, which is a common resource that I like to use. So I will link all these in the description of all my videos. Go check it out. In my opinion, this is the best resource for linking because you can filter not only by categories, but by links, by types, everything. This will help you make the best decision on which units you want to be linking with who else. And this version Z Goku can work on other teams. This guy doesn't just have to be on this team. This unit can fit on a bunch of different 200%. and all of them are shown right here. So that is the version Z. Now let's move on to the next one. We have Physical Chiaotzu. Why is Physical Chiaotzu next? Whatever. All right, so Physical Chiaotzu greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, high chance to stun, attack and defense plus 140%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 140% when performing a super attack. Great chance to dodge as the 3rd attacker in a turn. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, physical excluded, into physical key spheres. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres, and all allies attack and defense plus 40% when there is a bond of friendship category ally attacking in the same turn. Another bond of friendship category ally. So that means not Chiaotzu. So in terms of links, we can quickly just show the links. This is our first usable Chiaotzu, so there's not too much for us to choose from here, which is basically BTN for obvious reasons. And so in terms of our hidden potential, how do we build the Chiaotzu? For right now, I'm thinking I am going to be giving him max additional and balanced dodge. Now that might not be something that you were expecting, but the reason why I am focusing more so on the additional aspect is because in slot 3, which is where this unit should be at all times, you already have a 70% chance to dodge. The only time you're going to get hit in slot 3 is either from 2 situations. 1, after you super, or from a random AoE type situation, which at that point, you're going to have to rely on some RNG anyway. But having the ability to launch multiple supers will give you more stats, more resilience in the off chance that a 70% fails or even a 10 dodge fails. In general, I gave all of my units at least 10 dodge. So this is kind of the 3 dodge thing that a lot of people like to do. I gave a little bit more because this is a free-to-play team across the board. So generally the stats are scaled down. So 10% doesn't solve all of your problems, but it does give your dodge and your escape opportunities a little bit more consistency. So every unit here has the dodge. I also did that because I wanted to use the type skill orbs here. So +4 dodge and also defense, because every time this unit launches a defensive super, you're going to be getting that much more defense thanks to the skill orb. So 25 additional and 10 dodge is what I'm going to go with for Chiaotzu. And for leader skills, there you go, Yamcha and Gohan Piccolo. Moving on, we've got Tien next. So Tech Tien, this guy is a tech type. I mean, all of them have their own respective leads, but we don't really worry about that. Greatly raises defense permanently, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy. Attack and defense plus 150, plus an additional attack plus 200%, defense plus 100% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 100%, and performs a crit when there is another bond of friendship category ally attacking in the same turn. Plus an additional attack plus 30%, reduces damage received by 7% per rainbow key sphere obtained. So this unit is obviously a defensive stacker, not a slot 1 by any stretch. The more defensive stacking you do, then obviously the more resilient you can become, the greater the heal factor. This can also be further complemented by some damage reduction that you pick up with these rainbow key spheres. So naturally, in terms of building up the hidden potential, I am going for max additional and then again the 10 dodge. So every unit has the extra dodge boost in the gold skill orb slot. These are all, I forget exactly where you get these from, but they're relatively pretty easily accessible from the get-go. I don't remember exactly where you get those. I'll try to clarify in the pin comment. But yeah, I gave 20 additional and I gave 10 dodge. Unfortunately, the 5 critical has to be there. Anytime I'm using this Tien, I'm going to be in a situation where there is a bond of friendship category ally attacking in the same turn. So I don't need that 5 crit. So there you go. And more of an emphasis on the defense, especially for this guy, because the more he is greatly raising his defense, the more effective those extra stat buff skill orbs are going to be. So now let's move on to the next unit. Oh, and his 200% leads are again Gohan Piccolo and Yamcha. Now we move on to Yamcha. All right, STR Yamcha. What is this guy all about? Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, and lowers attack and defense. He +1 attack and defense plus 180, plus an additional attack and defense plus 180% when performing a super attack, slot 2. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, good. Launches an additional attack, super attack, as the 2nd or 3rd attacker in a turn. Reduces damage received by 70% within the same turn once only, and performs a guaranteed crit when HP is 50% or less at the start of the turn. So this guy is very obviously not a slot 1. This is meant to be one of your more damage focused characters who also have the ability to cover their own stats and nerf the enemy. When you raise your own stats and you lower the enemy stats, it sort of creates a makeshift damage reduction effect. Of course, the character that you're fighting has to be susceptible to stat loss. Some are not. But in general, this is supposed to be a damage dealing unit. So how do you build this unit's hidden potential? For me, I'm thinking more so of a balanced diet of additionals, dodge, and crit. I do think that crit is the #1 most important thing, because this is going to be your primary source of damage. So if you want to go for more critical on the Yamcha, you can. I choose to keep it at 10, which is basically 20% every time I'm launching an attack. I would rather launch more supers and pad my stats more and nerf the enemy more than do the consistent criticals. I will get the criticals if my health is below 50%, as you see here, but overall I think I would rather launch more super attacks. But it's a pretty balanced diet, and again, like I said, I am giving everybody 10 dodge just to give myself a little bit more consistency. It's a free-to-play team. If you're starting out Dokkan, you're thinking that this is the best team out there. There are better teams, much stronger teams, that would not be as reliant on the dodge. The dodge is essentially a scapegoat to get you out of some crazy damage, and for free-to-play units, dodge is a little bit more of a realistic utilization. You're going to have to utilize the dodge for free-to-plays because their stats are just lower. That's just how it is. So 10 critical, 10 dodge, 15 additional, I think is fine with me. If you want to go full crit, that is completely fine. I think that is honestly better, but I'm trying to play it a little bit safe and balanced. Moving on to the next one. Before we do, this guy also gets the Turtle School 200% lead from the AGL LR Goku, but again, the same 2 leader skills. We move on to Krillin. Krillin is your only other slot 1 frame 1 unit, but he is very much a dodge or die unit in that particular situation. So this guy greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, greatly lowers attack and defense, which is great, and has a high chance to stun the enemies. So you got all of this stuff going on here. Attack and defense plus 150, high chance to dodge, plus an additional attack and defense plus 150 when performing a super attack. Saiyan Saga allies key plus 1, attack and defense plus 30%. Plus an additional key plus 2, attack and defense plus 50%, and chance to dodge, including super attack plus 20% when the target enemy is an attack down or defense down status. This is not always going to be a thing because certain enemies don't have the ability to get nerfed. But if they do, you give yourself 20% more dodge, which gives you 70% chance to dodge in the wherever you are. And of course, if his ability procs, that would help you. So in slot 1, if you put this guy there, 50% chance to dodge. If the enemy does get nerfed, you just gave yourself 70% chance to dodge while also raising your own stats, while also lowering their stats. All allies key plus 1, attack and defense plus 30%, and chance to crit plus 10% when there's an enemy, an ally whose name includes Gohan Kid on the team. So all of these different abilities and requirements sort of all tie together in various ways. Bond of friendship, everybody here is bond of friendship. I believe so, right? Everyone here should be. Bond of friendship. Saiyan Saga, having Gohan Kid, Krillin, you would think is probably more tethered to the Goku, but Gohan is very much a part of the squad for the Z fighters in Saiyan Saga. So how do I build this unit's hit potential? Maximum dodge. 50% chance to dodge is quite literally a coin flip. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So in the off chance that it doesn't, having backup dodge is a good thing. When it comes to dodge calculation, the way that it works is every ability in the passive is additive. So you have a 50% chance to dodge. Certain situations you would add 20% to it, giving you a 70% chance to dodge. So if either the 50% or the 70% chance to dodge would fail, depending on the situation, a secondary calculation is then run using your hidden potential dodge. So giving as much dodge as possible gives you an extra level of calculation, which is not a guarantee, but it just adds a little bit more potential longevity to your unit. In the situations of a 50%, that is the optimal point to use the extra dodge. If your unit has a base 90% chance to dodge, then that means that whatever, let's just say this unit had a 90% chance to dodge. That means that if you were to give this unit 30 dodge, that 30 dodge is only possible should the 90% fail, which more often than not probably will not. So that is kind of the argument against dodge. But when you hit the sweet spot of a 50-50 coin flip, that is the best possible scenario to give your hit potential the backup dodge it needs. That is why I've given the Krillin the 30 dodge. I'm also doing this because, like I said, who else is going to be your slot 1? Nobody, except for this guy. Nobody is your slot 1 frame 1 unit. You have to have somebody. That is why I gave Krillin maximum dodge, balance, additional. No crit needed. He is the unit that is going to keep us alive most of the time. And in terms of his leader skills, let's take, link buddies too. Let's take a look at the link buddies. Kind of all over the place. So again, just bring the Saiyan Saga units for optimal synergy, but you can bring like Namek Saga, Krillin 18, but yeah. And then in terms of 200%, we have the Hachiya Goku in here for Battle of Wits. All right, last but not least, we've got the stacking unit Gohan Piccolo. Here are the 200% leads for them. Are they on Bond of Friendship? They are not on Bond of Friendship. Oh, what do you know? Okay, so this is one of the stacker units on the team, along with the Tien. Raises attack and defense, causes supreme damage, and seals. Excellent. Key +2, attack and defense plus 30% per Saiyan Saga or Earthbred Fighters category ally on the team. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 150 when performing a super attack. Medium chance to perform a critical hit. All right, so we don't have to worry about that. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super when all allies are super class. Excellent. Reduces damage received by 20% when there's an ally whose name includes Goku on the team. So this is obviously a unit that needs to be raising attack and defense as much as possible. The more you raise those stats, the more effective this 20% damage reduction becomes. But as most of you may know, stacking units are a slow burn. It's going to take some time, especially that of a free-to-play, to really build up those stats. So how do you want to build the character's hit potential? You want to be focusing on additional to maximize the growth as much as you can. So here are the link buddies. Again, nothing too great, mostly free-to-plays. Let me pull up the hit potential for the Gohan. And that is right here. Max additional, and then again, 10 dodge. So 50% chance after launching whatever attacks I do, I have a 50% chance for a 50% chance. The 50% chance for the hit potential is because 25 times 2. But then once you get that additional, it is a coin flip on whether or not it will be an attack or a slap. So in reality, it kind of goes back down to a 25% chance of launching an additional super attack. It is still worth investing, in my opinion. You can go for a maximum dodge build because early on, again, the stats are not going to be there. But as we all know, dodge is not a guarantee unless it's a guarantee. If it's anything less than 100%, there's always a chance for something to go wrong. I would rather go for launching more attacks, stacking anyway. We have 2 units that will handle the slot 1 responsibilities. So that's how I have chosen to build the Gohan Piccolo. Again, we got the 4 dodge and defense in the gold slot, giving us a nice cushion here. I also gave level 6 defense and 10 dodge. So those are my builds for the characters. Let me know in the comments how you guys built your units. And now that we have covered every single unit on this free-to-play team, let's jump back. Wow, 17 minutes of that. That is crazy. Well, this is what we got. It's a free-to-play team. We got to go through all of it. We got to be exhaustive. So we're going to start with the Transforming Cell Red Zone event, and we will then take it from there. Oh, where's my, okay. Also, do we have, oh no, you know what? There are no intro animations. Oh, no, there is one. We have an intro animation, not intro, but an active skill for the version Z Goku. All right, so let's jump in. Let's do it. I am bringing a Yamcha friend unit, which means a couple of the units do not get the full 200% leader skill. Only, I don't remember which one doesn't. Go back and look at what I said earlier. Okay, so for this one, we don't have a good slot 1 except for the version Z Goku. Version Z Goku gets a bunch of extra ki. He gets ki +3 for being in slot 1. He gets more ki. Oh no, yeah, he just gets 3 more. So I want to launch the Ultra Super. So as long as I do this, okay, I have enough to launch the Ultra Super. Then I'm gonna have Tien go second. Yes, I think Tien's defensive growth is gonna be better. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? I didn't give him enough Rainbow Keisters. I could have given him more, but slight misplay. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't hurt me too much, right? We have guard, we have 30% damage reduction, and we get stronger with each attack that we receive. So we're at 7.1 million attack stat to start. Maximum critical from the passive. And we don't get the crit, but we do 3 million damage. The good thing about the cell, the Transforming Cell Red Zone, is that we can stun lock him. And I'm hoping that we do. Wow, okay. We're locking crazy additionals here. There we go. There's a crit. 7.6 million attack stat for the Tien. All of my units are rainbowed max links with the builds. Uh-oh. Yikes. Oh, that's not too bad. 190,000 for a free-to-play unit that only just started stacking. That's actually pretty good. All right, we sealed him. The additional happened. It wasn't a super. This one did, and it is a super. 8 million attack stat. You won't be launching any more supers. That's good. Hey, we got a dodge. Oh yeah, here's the Yamcha.
I'll show him that I'm not messing around.
Come on, let's do this.
Oh, we got 2 Yamchas. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to put Chiaotzu there. I'm gonna You know what? I'm gonna keep the Chiaotzu in slot 2 just to see how much he takes on slaps after he launches a super. I think that's okay. The STR Yamcha, we don't need to keep around because he is a temporary stacker. It's not important that we keep him around. This guy does need to launch some attacks to get stronger anyway. So if for some reason Cell survives, Chiaotzu can do the heavy lifting. Oh yeah, he stuns too. One more? All right, Chiaotzu will do it. 3 million attack stat for Chiaotzu. 1.4, that's adorable. That's adorable. That is our first usable Chiaotzu, and I could not be more proud of the little guy. All right, we have both slot 1 units on the same rotation. I don't like that. I want to keep version Z exactly where he is. So let's do this. I only have 1 rainbow key sphere that I can pick up here, so I'm gonna give that to the Tien. With Tien, you kind of have to play around that a little bit to prepare so that you can give him more rainbow key spheres. But you know what? The more we stack that defense, the less it's going to matter. 9.4 million attack stat for the Goku. Damn. Okay. We didn't dodge this. We still have guard and damage reduction. And we take a double digits. This guy's only raising defense, so his attack stat will pretty much stay the same. We do 5.3 million damage right there on a crit. Very nice. Against type disadvantage too, no less. This guy can't be sealed, but he can be stunned. And look at that. Krillin dodging everything. We love to see it. All right, so Bulma, the support memory is wasted. That's okay. I'm going to keep the Yamcha on the rotation, and I'm going to put Chiaotzu in the spot that he is supposed to be. Let's have the Gohan Piccolo in slot 1. Let's just see how much damage they would take here. With 20% damage reduction, after having stacked a couple of times, how much would they take from a potential super? And then for Chiaotzu, let's do this. We have a bunch of rainbow key spheres that we can hold on to for the following turn. So that'll be good for us. 7.1. We do about 3 million damage there. Now we're at 7.4. Another 3 mil, and nice. We got 3 supers. How much is this gonna do? Oh, double digits. All right, so maybe this event might be... Maybe, oh, no, I think I might be speaking too soon. This event might be a little bit on the lower side, but we'll see. We'll see. Yamcha should be fully maxed out now, I think, with his passive. Chiaotzu again with the finisher. Okay. All right, so I think everybody is where they're supposed to now. Actually, one of them changes key spheres to rainbow, right? Chiaotzu does. Chiaotzu's the floating unit. Okay. All right, so Goku is, I think, almost fully maxed out. Is there a way that we can set this up so we can pick up 2 rainbow key spheres through 1 thing? Maybe if we do this? No, not at all. Not even close. All right, let's do this for Tien. Tien is progressing quite well in terms of his defense. And then we'll do this for Yamcha. Is he going to super slot 1 frame 1? He is not. But I think we just got hit our 3rd and final time. So I think Goku is now maxed out. We do about 3.4 mil there. Some might argue that my builds on my units might be a little bit too safe, meaning there's no real emphasis on critical in terms of damage. But I would argue that if you're running a free-to-play team, you're not in it for a fast fight. You're in it for the long haul. And it's better to build defensively in that regard and rely on the eventual crits to pop up. And I think we have enough of that. Some of these units have guaranteed crit on certain situations. Some of them have a good amount of crit just in my own hit potential builds, I feel like. So I don't think that this is a bad setup, but we'll see over the course of this video if I should be changing it. Because like I said, I built all that on paper, haven't really tested them out since. And I think that Goku did a pretty good amount of damage just now. And also, Yamcha's doing pretty well too. Of course, not as many crits as we might want. So this might be my one regret. If anything, I'll probably end up giving Yamcha a bit more crit. Yeah, because look at how much damage he did there. Yeah. Okay, so Krillin in slot 1. That's exactly what we want. I'm going to keep the Dokkan Festival Yamcha benched. He has maxed out all of the attacks that he can launch, right? Attack and defense plus 30% up to 150. I'm pretty sure he's attacked 5 times. If not, this should be it. Although, we're probably going to kill him before that even happens. Okay, and we got 2 Rainbow Key Spheres on the right, so we'll keep that ready for Tien.
Yes, keep healing. Yes. Make this fight take longer.
Uh-oh. And there you go. Thank you for the dodge. That was either the 50% or the backup 30% that just got us out of that. We're at like 10 million. No, we're at like 10 million for the Gohan Piccolo. 10.8 million attack stat. This is on a 130% lead from me and a 170 to 200% lead from the friend unit. This is not the usual like 200% meta that you're seeing in my videos. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, we've been stacking that defense. Let's see how this Goku fares against Power Weighted Cell and his guaranteed attack. Do I want to use his active here? Sure, I might as well. I guess I'll just do it. Maybe we can just try to one-shot him or one turn him.
I don't think he can fight anymore.
5.8 million damage. Okay. That's pretty good for a free-to-play. All right. So I want to save all of these skill or Rainbow Key Spheres on the right. So I'm going to do this. That still keeps us at 3. So I'm going to give these 3 to Tien. Tien and Chiaotzu work very well together. But again, Chiaotzu's got to be slot 3. So that's only going to be a pairing that happens once every 3 turns. Yeah. 3. Wait, is it 3 turns? Yes. 6 turns. 3 turns. Whatever. And then we'll have Chiaotzu go last. We don't have guard anymore, or we don't have damage reduction. We only have guard and our 26 dodge. All right. Whoa, that's pretty good. With all the defense that we built up, we took double digits against this guy. It's been a while since I've done this event, and it's been a while since I've run a team scaled down this far. So I'm sure some of you guys are like, Toon, that's very obvious. Not for me. I've been running with the big dogs at 200%. That was great. Yeah, that might have been a waste on the active skill, though. Look at that. We just 2-shot him. All right, we're on the final round. Super perfect. It's perfect. Okay. So let's put Krillin in slot 1. We got Yamcha in slot 3. He could throw it for us here. Hopefully he doesn't. Let's do this. I'm trying to play ahead, and I'm trying to stockpile some of those Rainbow Key Spheres for Tien next turn, because I'm pretty sure we're not going to be done here. There's no way to bring that orb down in a favorable way. That's a shame. All right, we'll just do this. Next turn we got a Dokkan attack. Next turn we probably end this. We can't stun him. We can't seal him. We got to face the music. All right, dodge that. Dodge that. Best case scenario, he supers Gohan Piccolo. We've been stacking like crazy. We got 20% damage reduction. We got type advantage. 7.6 million damage there. 11.5 million attack stat. All right, 2 out of 3 supers. The slap gives us the crit. Great. No, we didn't do it. All right, so we're probably going to see how much the raw stat boosting of Yamcha is going to fare against Perfect Cell. Considering we survived the power weighted cell, I think we'll be fine. This guy doesn't have any damage reduction. He has no guard. He is just purely reliant on the stat buffs. And thankfully, we're getting all these supers. I gave him some defense buffing in his skill orbs and some attack boosting ones. And I gave him 10 dodge. Let's see if the 10 dodge maybe kicks in. All right, we're good on the slaps. That's good. Super attack? He didn't do it. Wow. All right, I don't want to use Yamcha's ability. He'll probably kill him. Let's do this for the Goku. He's going to be launching a Dokkan attack. Actually, I kind of don't want to kill him with the Goku. I want Tien to do it. Let's do that. Let's give Tien the Rainbow Key Sphere, and then we'll do this for Yamcha. These two link fairly well. They only have 3 links active. So let's wrap it up. Oh my God. Help. Help. That's it?
Time to get serious.
Are you serious? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, crap.
Gonna go all out.
He did that little damage? I mean, it's a lot looking at this, but compared to what I'm used to. All right. So if Cell is doable with this team, wow. So if Cell is doable with this team, then all events that precede this would be doable at least. So let's definitely jump up. I'm gonna try to, I might overshoot on this next fight, but let's move on to a more difficult fight. This is stage 4 of the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone. So we could try Cell Max. You know what? Actually, nah. Let's try Cell Max. Nah, it's too close. Let's do something else. Hang on. All right, we are taking on Fusion Zamasu. Is this gonna end well? I don't know. We are, like I said, I'm overshooting. We are now dealing with an AoE turn 1. This is probably not going to end. Uh-oh. So no, actually no, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, we can put him in slot 3. Okay, Yamcha's the big problem here. Yamcha might get me killed. It is good to see everyone's stats, or not stats, but he is completely fine. We don't have to worry about it. Where is Tien? Tien is on turn 3. Okay. I want to try to save as many of these rainbow key spheres as possible, just so that we can line up a good Tien orb pickup. He is going to need as much damage reduction as possible against this clown. Here we go. AoE, 1, 2. All right. Goku has been hit 3 times. Ouch! Wow! Oh my god, let's try that again. Good dodge. Ouch. All right, this is not good. All right, let's try something else. All right, now we're gonna fight Cell Max like I was originally gonna fight, which is the final stage of the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone event. This guy hits very hard, very quickly. Now we have a true 200% leader skill that applies to everyone on the team. STR Gohan Piccolo Dokkan Fest is here. So not on this first rotation, but they are here. They're on the other rotation. Okay. So we've got Tien and we've got Gohan Piccolo, both stackers again on the first turn. I don't like that, but we do have a lot of rainbow key spheres. Can I maybe set this up to where I can bring one more down? I don't think I can. I really want to give these to Tien. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I think that keeps us safe. Yes. All right. So Tien gets 3 rainbow key spheres, giving him 21% damage reduction. Let's see how we do on this first turn, not using any items. We got damage reduction. Okay. 100,000, 16,000, and 7,000. This guy supers a lot. His damage multiplier starts out at the lowest level in the game, and then it works its way up very rapidly. I think he can super up to 3 times per fight, or per round, per turn, and he changes types every single turn, I believe. So dude's gonna be getting stronger, and so this is like the worst thing you could have against a slower paced free-to-play team that is contingent on fighting very slowly and methodically. That's not gonna work here. So let's see if these guys can sort of scale up and match it. We're fine. There's this next attack, like I said. Remember, we're just testing out against more challenging fights. We're trying to see where the farthest point is that we can go within reason. I don't want to be, doing each fight a million times. Ooh, that's gonna hurt if he supers again. Don't do it again. Okay. All right. So now he's changing types, and now we have a revive in place already. That's right. You know what? It's been a while since I've used this Gohan Piccolo. Let me refamiliarize myself with the unit. Well, we've got a revive in place, so I guess we're gonna be using it. Let's do this, and let's do this, and we got some nice orbs on the right. Actually, I think the orbs change each turn, right? Let's see if we survive the turn. That's my main question. Friend unit is rainbowed, 17 additional, 11 crit. Forgot to check the links. Let's see how we do here. We have extra damage reduction when we have over 70% health, which we don't. Okay. 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 Oh, God. Why didn't you super already? Why do you got to... Don't super these guys. They're free to plays. They're just trying to live. There's one. He'll launch a few more. I think his abilities kind of hurt because their health is lower, right? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. All right. Hey, we got a 10 dodge. Nice. Chiaotzu has a 70% chance to dodge in slot 3. Oh, God. Good dodge. Thank you. Okay. That was a close one. Krillin. Yeah, you can sit down. Actually. Oh, and the orbs don't change. I think I might want to keep... No, you know what? It's... The type changing happens all the time. Let me do this. I'm going to keep Tien around. I think we need to have the stackers stacking as much as possible. I don't want to bench them. So, yeah, let's do this. This might be a huge mistake. But it's too late. I've already done it. 9.8 million attack stat for the Goku. So, we're already hitting a lot harder, and we're stronger now because of the true 200% leader skill. Did a good amount of damage there. Raised our defense. We launched 2 supers. Very nice. Good damage overall. We brought him down to half. I think we can do it. I think this is doable. And also, I'm not using items. I am using the support memory, but I'm trying not to use items because I really want to test out what the free-to-play can do on its own. The support memory will give us a heal just to kind of keep us alive a little bit. Oh, God. 14% damage reduction plus the defense. Oh, my God. Oh, there comes the Bulma. Thank you, Bulma. Our health started, though. Didn't our health start at below 50? So doesn't that activate Yamcha's stuff? I think Yamcha now gets damage reduction and everything. I got to keep these two together. I'm going to bench Yamcha. Even though he might have a little bit extra abilities here, I'm going to bench Yamcha. I'm going to put the free-to-play Gohan Piccolo in slot 1, and I'm going to put the Dokkan Festival Gohan Piccolo in slot 2, and then we're going to save these Rainbow Key Spheres for Tien, unless... Can Yamcha not launch? Oh, I got to give it to him. I have to give it to him. All right, let's do this. He's doing it. Cell Max is going crazy. 85. Okay. 7.7 million attack stat for Gohan Piccolo. With these two together, though, this is going to be really good synergy. I think they got to share at least like 4 or 5 links between them. Hey, we got a dodge. 10 dodge. Nice. And they dodged too. What is happening? Why is everybody dodging? Wait, oh, I forgot to check. Are we launching crits? I think we are. Yep, we got the guaranteed crit. So this is kind of why I also don't care about giving him that much more, or I didn't initially, because we would have this. And we got the damage reduction. Are you gonna super me? No. We are doing well. Now he is physical. And the best part is we can finish him off with the active skill. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and do it.
I don't think he can fight anymore.
Me neither. All right. So free to play beats Cermix Red Zone. Okay. So we lost to Fusion Zamasu Red Zone. We beat the pinnacle of the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone. Let's move on to another event. Let's try this out again.
Autonomous Ultra Instinct.
Blue zone. Let's do it.
Let's do this.
No more red zone. We have graduated to blue zone. We got a full Baldi's rotation. Okay. Interesting start. I don't like it. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, dang it. Okay, this is good for Tien, though. Can we pick up 4 rainbow keysters anyway? Let me pick up all of these to bring a bunch of stuff down. So Krillin's going to be in slot 1. We're going to pray that his dodge really kicks in here. Yes, we can get 4 rainbow keysters. So that's 28% damage reduction. A good start. And then we will put Chiaotzu in slot 3. Hold down the fort, Baldies. The hairy ones are on their way. We dodged that. Excellent. Oh, we can lower the attack and defense. We get even more dodge. That's right. We have a 10.6 million attack stat. I guess Baldi's link better. Okay, we only launched 1 super, sadly. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so we are starting strong. I don't mind keeping the Goku where he is, actually, because he will be intercepting the most amount of attacks. We'll put Yamcha in slot 1, and then we'll bench the STR one. There's no shame in keeping the pay-to-play units on the main rotation, right? It's a friend unit, so it is pay-to-play, but it's fair game. Since we get 3 extra key... Oh, wait, you know what? This time we don't get 3 extra key because we are not in slot 1, and we're not fighting an extreme class enemy. That makes a difference. Some of their abilities are contingent on fighting extreme class enemies, so I got to keep that in mind. So let's do that, and let's do this. You got to make sure that that version Z Goku keeps on stacking that defense. The more supers, the more attacks. Is it supers or attacks? The more supers he launches, he gets more dodge. He only launched 1. But he's good. Okay. $4.5 mil. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. He's maxed out. Yes. Keep on nerfing him, boys. This is great. Oh, crap. That means Gohan Piccolo showing up turn 3. We have to bench another stacking unit. Our RNG on the permanent stackers has been atrocious. I gotta keep Tien around. I'm gonna bench Gohan Krillin or Gohan Piccolo. Sucks, but it is what it is. We have another 4 rainbow keysters that we can pick up over there. So let's do this. Let's give Tien the goods. And then we will have Gohan Piccolo in slot 3. That might be why we lose. Keep on nerfing him. Double super, giving Krillin that much more coverage, even if the dodge should fail. 70% with a backup 30%, but that ain't gonna happen. I love these animations, by the way. I haven't even talked about the animations. They're obviously repurposed assets from other units. I can't say for sure where every single one of them is from, but I'm pretty sure... Actually, Chiaotzu might be new. Okay, so Bulma's completely wasted. That's fine. Chiaotzu, I think, is brand new. Yamcha is the repurposed assets of the Int Yamcha. The Gohan Piccolo, I believe, is a combination of the STR Gohan Piccolo and maybe like the LR Int Carnival unit. Tien, I think that's just the 50% support. I could be wrong. Comment section down below if you know where they're all from. And Krillin, I believe, is the Prime Battle physical LR unit. Look, it's, you know, it's a game with a lot of assets. Why not make the most out of them? I don't blame that at all. Okay, so we're gonna put Goku in slot 1. Very dangerous because we have type disadvantage here, but still he's got guard, he's got damage reduction, and I want to make the most out of it. So let's do that. Let's stockpile as many rainbow keysters as we can for Tien. All right, Chiaotzu's not going to be able to launch a super attack, but he's going to have 70% chance to dodge. Okay. The Bulma bump, while it is a waste in terms of the heal factor, we do have 10% extra stats for 2 turns, I think, which is actually kind of significant for free-to-play. Good damage. Good damage. Very good. Yamcha's only launched one super. We can stack up to 4 more times. So this, now we have 3 left. Good. Do it again. Now we have 2 left. Do one more. That's fine. 70% chance to dodge is fine. All right, Chiaotzu, 70%. Cool. All right, and now we are cooking. This guy's defense is lowered, so actually, Krillin is going to be fine in the slot 1. I would rather Krillin intercept than... Oh, oops, I misplayed. Time skip. Let's do this. 4, 3, yep, 3 Rainbow Key Spheres for Tien. 2. We got a whole bunch of AGL orbs for Gohan Piccolo next turn, so we'll give this to the Yamcha. So far, so good. Yes. Keep on nerfing. Yes. Keep on dodging. Has Krillin been hit once? Damn. 9.9 for Tien's attack. His attack level is going to stay about the same. 6.8 million damage on that crit, and only 1 super. Okay. Yamcha's turn. 7.1 million attack stat. Let's see how many times we can super and how many times we can crit. 1 out of 2. 2 out of 3. We got 1 crit from the slap, by the way. 3 out of 4. 8.3 million attack stat. Uh-oh. 10 dodge. Oof. Okay. All right. So we're going to do... Oh, man. We're not going to be able to raise our defense. Or we're not going to be able to heal that much. I really want to heal. You know what? I'm going to do this. We're not going to give the Goku enough to permanently sack his defense, but we are going to pick up enough to heal a bunch. Okay. And then we're going to do this. Now, this is actually kind of a dangerous maneuver because we are coming back to a tech UI. So actually, I'm gonna come to regret that. But I just feel like the healing was more important. Ultimately, the Gohan still has not stacked at all. Okay, I think I just shot myself in the foot. That was a big mistake. Yep. Yep. The only way that we can get out of this is if next turn we take enough damage to where we fall below 70 or 50%, and then Yamcha can swoop in with the damage reduction for a little while. That'd be great. Let's do this. Let's give Tien these orbs. 3 rainbow key spheres. Very good. Ooh, a bunch of heals because our defense is going up. And I'm going to save those. Yeah, I'm going to save those for Goku. We don't need to get that to Tien. Yeah. Who's got the Ultra Instinct now, buddy? This guy's immune to stat reduction, so we no longer get the 20% extra. We finally got hit. Okay. 10 million attack stat for Tien. Stacking that defense. Could you stack more than once, please? Thank you. He heard me. Thank you. Good damage. Good damage. All right, Chiaotzu, show him why you have Ultra Instinct as well. Double super from Chiaotzu? Let's go. Dodge. Dodge. Oh, God, please dodge. I didn't know how long that was going to take before the dodge animation kicked in. Oh, he changed his orbs. Crap. All right, let's do this. We have guard. That's about all we got. We got 670,000 defense. That's pretty good, right? Let's do this. And let's do this. Oh, boy. We have 26 dodge on our Goku. Guard is still there. We got 26 dodge. Not one of them is proc. Thank you. 8.6 million attack stat. 5.5 mil. Good. All right, little man. You're up. Just survive once against your dad. Just once. 5 million damage. Yes, keep on stacking. One more? No. Okay. Don't super, don't super. Nice. Oh, wow. Okay. Double digits? Maybe UI Blue Zone is a little too easy for these guys. I should really keep my mouth shut. Yeah, I'm gonna give Yamcha max critical. I'm gonna give him max critical. I want more damage. We would have been done that turn. All right, so we are gonna be entering the final phase where he is AGL. Am I better off keeping these two here? Yes. I want the Baldies, so let me do this for Krillin. And then we're gonna have Tien pick up all of these orbs. I think Tien will probably only get one attack off. And the next turn, we're getting a Dokkan attack. Yeah. All right. We're looking really good. Okay. Don't super again. Nice. Oh my God. Dodge, please. What are you doing? All right. Final round, baby. AGL.
Migotte no Goku.
Ooh. Chiaotzu is here. Chiaotzu's got that slot 3 covered. All right, so let's activate the active skill. Bam.
I don't think he can fight anymore.
That's where you're wrong, my friend. All right, let's do this. Let's make sure he can launch the Ultra Super, so let's do that. Then we have Gohan Piccolo. Oh, that's too many rainbow orbs. No, I can't do that. Let's do this. We'll still get it. Yeah, we'll still get the Dokkan attack. And we will do this. All right. We got a good setup for next turn. Uh-oh. No! I'm sealed. Am I dead? Oh! I'm sealed. Now the stupid Dokkan attack falls on Gohan and Piccolo. No. All right, guys.
Time to get serious.
Time to get as serious as you possibly can.
Gonna go all out.
Please do a crit. Please do a crit. I want to heal. Yes. Oh, that's good damage. What the heck? That's good damage. 10 point something million. And we dodged the attack. Okay. All right, so we should be good next turn. What? All right, let's do one more fight, sort of a joke fight. We're going to take on Gogeta with the same team. I am going to use items this time, and my items are basically just the Whis. We have a Yamcha friend unit, which basically means 200% slash 170%. I don't know how far we're going to go. I don't care. As you saw in the last fight, everything can come to a screeching halt if your free-to-play unit does not dodge in the appropriate situation. Chiaotzu completely threw that, and I'm very salty about it. Okay, so I think it's more important that we keep the Goku around so that he can... No, actually, you know what? No, it's not. No, it's not. I think Yamcha's actually... Not Yamcha. I think Krillin is better. Krillin's dodge is going to save us. Let's do that. Let's do that. We can't afford to use an item on the first turn. We just can't. Like, free to play, come on. You got to survive the whole thing. Or at least you got to survive the first couple of turns. If you're worthy of using an item, it's got to be after you earned it from the first couple of turns. Oh, that's not too bad. We took 100,000. That's not bad. Oh, right. Oh, my God. Dear God, somebody help. Somebody help me. All right, we have spent enough time with the team, and I think that I can confidently say this is an incredible new starting team. Probably the best free-to-play team that you can get in terms of one full set. I think that there are other free-to-play units that are better individually, but as far as cohesion, overall abilities, ease of use, accessibility, all things considered, I do think that this is the best starter pack for you as you journey into Dokkan. In terms of hidden potential build changes, I think everything stays the same. Version Z Goku is max dodge, balanced additional. Piccolo Gohan, max additional, balanced dodge. Tien, max additional, balanced dodge. Krillin, maximum dodge, balanced additional. Yamcha is the only one that I will change, if anything, and that is to focus more on critical. I might even just eliminate additional altogether. I feel like there's enough there. I would rather just do more damage. This guy is a slot 3 unit that kind of floats in and out whenever he's there. I want to get that extra damage. Yamcha and Tien are kind of the critical damage dealers, so I would like both to really do that consistently. Tien's always been doing it because we've always had a bond of friendship unit around somewhere. Yamcha, not so much. So I might put a little bit more in here. And if you are trying to change or respec your unit's hit potential system, do remember that while it does cost you stones, you can also use copies of the character itself. So please farm that out. Don't waste stones when you try to recalibrate these characters. I am going to keep every unit with the 10 dodge, though. I do think that that is still important. As you saw at the end of that last fight, dodge would have kept us going. No amount of stacking would have saved us there. Even if that Chiaotzu launched 3 supers, we would have died on a slap. So yeah, dodge is important. And then lastly, Chiaotzu, because of the 70% dodge in slot 3, I am focusing more so on additional, but either way could work for this one too. You could give him more dodge. That way, if the 70% fails, you have the backup 30%, which was my original plan. But then I thought, out of the two, which one is statistically more likely to happen? The 70% chance failing or the lack of additionals? So did I say that right? Hopefully you got what I mean. This one maybe also you could change if you want to go full dodge as well. That's fine. Chiaotzu is not meant to be the damage dealer. Chiaotzu is meant to be the point man, the facilitator, who changes orbs to set up for Tien, provides some extra support. So yeah, Yamcha and Chiaotzu I could change. Give Yamcha max critical if you want. Give Chiaotzu max dodge if you want. I think I've said that like 4 times now. I'm gonna go because I'm tired. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the new starter pack in Dokkan. Do you like how all these characters are built? Do you think that their overall abilities complement each other very well? What sort of runs or feats have you accomplished with this free-to-play team? What's the craziest win that you've had? What's the most colossal failure that you've ever had? Let me know. Share all the highlights. Let me know your thoughts on the hidden potential builds and all that stuff in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and ours to Dokkan responsibly.